Hello, hello, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me again. I do really appreciate it. Thank you for joining. 5:58. Alright. Focus myself. Air. I have good points. These matches run quick. We're gonna run big boosting. Alright. What is the tree looking like? F100D. What am I using to accomplish this? I want something that I know I'm gonna be able to use that bonus with. I almost want to just take out the AV8 for a match. I think I'm going to, actually. This might be the way to do it. Alright, we'll go and spend this one. Make some good progress. Hey there, welcome. Thank you. Thank you for joining. It's been a long day. Been a real long day. Thankfully I have tomorrow off. And the day after, and the day after that. I'm hoping tomorrow to get a bunch of work done on the channel. And progress some of my ideas a bit further that I'm trying to do. Oh, it'll be good to get that done. I don't remember what gets... I don't remember. What gets radar missiles near this level? Do I gotta worry about radar missiles? Okay, so what one's going to be... Maybe the safest to hit is going to be the ones on the left. And I might just head into the canyons a little bit around these mountains. Valleys, actually. Oh yes, very long day. Yep, definitely a long day. But, I'm here. And only an hour later than usual. So not too bad. I'll have to figure something out. I don't know, maybe it'll just end up that Friday, Saturday, Sunday I stream earlier than I am. I'm tired, but well. I think I'm thankful that it was the last work day of the week, though. And I get 3 days off to relax and do what I want. Still technically on call because of the nature of IT. I like the Square Lake. Diamond Lake, actually. But I don't often have issues like that happen. Yes, hey there, welcome. Oop, did I ever turn on my... Nope, I did not. I might want that. It's useful. Please don't kill me. Come on, just let me drop my bombs. That's all I want to do. Alright. There we go. Alright, well, let's go see if we can get one or two. boy. Ooh, careful there. Oh, no, he hit me. Well, thanks for stopping in anyway. Even if you have to go early. The perks of being near the West Coast, I guess. Watching somebody that streams on the East. No, I do not play Call of Duty. I haven't played Call of Duty, particularly online, since I want to say Black Ops 2. I think that's when I stopped playing Call of Duty. Was after that. Alright, I wanted to work on finishing this up. Fortnite I have played. I recently started playing it again because of the Lego update and was having some fun with that. I don't know, I think I'm nearing being done with it though, because it didn't really seem like there was a whole lot there at the end of the day. I played Minecraft mods with more actual content, it feels. But it's very nice, and it's very cute, and I enjoy the vibe. I think it's good there. It just doesn't have the content yet. And especially weird because of, you know, Lego's whole stance on firearms in Lego stuff. In a game primarily themed around those. Oh, this one again. I recently did try out the Zero build version of Fortnite, and I thought that was okay. Microsoft has been a curse on Minecraft. Just not been good. I'm hoping that the community eventually realizes it and begins to put the effort into open source alternatives, because Minecraft is too big of a thing and too important of a thing to let one company control that idea. And I think it's worth it to just put forth the effort into open source development of an alternative and just cut Microsoft off. It does make me wonder when we'll see the next Minecraft, though. You know, the next game that's a phenomenon like Minecraft. Because the only reason it took off the way it did is because of what it could do, I think. It gave this free reign capability and sandbox nature in an environment of games that was very linear. Or where the maximum amount of sandbox that was happening was things like Grand Theft Auto. Oh yeah, EA's been awful. It can happen. I think some of it even is just a lack of knowledge in things like copyright. So you might want to make something and don't really get the chance to because some aspect of what you did, you didn't realize some company was going to go after you about. He's got it. I'll let him have it. I ain't dealing with him. This thing can roll really easily. It's very fun. I think recently, though, the ones that have bothered me the most are definitely the DLC heavy companies, like Paradox, Stellaris, Hearts of Iron, City Skylines, these sorts of games. Just none of them are going in the right direction. Like, I remember when City Skylines came out, and it was heralded as this fantastic change, departure from form, the SimCity killer. And I'm just gonna drop it. And now we're at the point where they're behaving just like EA was with SimCity. And we're waiting for somebody else to come along and make the game we actually want. Monetization is definitely a big problem. Yes, the modern aircraft can have napalm. Yeah, let's just go to another one. Like, there are differences with things like early access and stuff, and one of the things that I hate is how hard it's been co-opted by the large corporations to fund, like, small groups that they claim independent sort of deal. It's just so dishonest. Now, use what on the bases? I think one of the things that always bothers me a lot is when people try to act like cosmetics are not gameplay. Because they are. You know, let's just, if you feel like the aesthetic, the art, the things like this don't matter to the game, well, let's start taking them out. You know, we can just change this to I'm flying a square through the air. That's it. We'll reduce it right down to nothing. You can pay for every single texture yourself. I don't know if I have napalm on this. I might, but I think I can only get one, unless I get rid of my sidewinders, and I kind of want to bring them. But like I remember in like old God of War, PlayStation 2 era games, GameCube era games, things like this, before the internet was readily available on games for consoles, cosmetics and things like that were often a way you enhanced your gameplay to keep you playing. Like, what's the reason why you ran through Metal Gear Solid 5 times in a row? Well, because I wanted the black bandana that gives me infinite ammo, of course. Or I wanted to get a different color suit, that sort of thing. I believe one of them was you could have him wear a tuxedo. Like, nowadays, those would just be gated behind a $10 paywall instead of encouraging the player to do more and explore and understand the game, really want to dig into it. Or is even just a reward for finding something. It's just all of those things that used to just get put in games, they're just trying to strip it out and find how much can they get away with making it charge something for it. You know? How much can they take away and get you to accept? In terms of RP, I'm not sure. Silver Lions, I feel like definitely you're gonna get hurt in arcade because of repair costs. But I think in general, Realistic has had a better payout for me because of how quickly I can be done with a match and move on to the next one. What's the Abrams situation? Did they all gain sentience and start like declaring their own zone? That happened? The Abrams in War Thunder is sad. I wouldn't know, I don't have one. I only have an XM1. Which I like. I think it's pretty cool. Oh, they didn't add Spall Liner. So this is one of them things where they added it, and they added the modeling for it for some things, then they added it for the other ones but haven't put it in. Oof. Yeah, that's rough. Not good. Not good, very bad time. Well, that didn't do a whole lot. I want to see how much I might be able to do. Whoa. Nope, I missed that. I had the chance. I missed. Oh no. Oh no. I got 3 on me. Can you do it, little missile? I believe. I believe. Oh my god, he did it. Good job. Good job. That's okay, I'm a little late too. I am in fact quite late. An hour later than usual. We're only 20 minutes in. What a tease. Oh god, that's funny. Whew. Nice. What's the percent? 20% off. Oh, that's funny. All right. No ground battle, drop a nuke. I don't have the nuke. I haven't gotten a nuke yet, actually. One thing I haven't done yet. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I know it's already figured out in the seed that it does, in the calculation that it does. But, it's fun. It usually lines up. But I have seen some people mention when it goes off by like 7 items and then jumps back. Well, thank you for stopping in. You have a good night. Two matches in the F86 F2. After this one we could. It's still early. I love that plane. The F9, F8. That's a good plane. And it gets 4 missiles. What a good thing. Well, thank you for the sub and the like. Let's see. Oh, it's getting so close. I'm like 350 hours from the first monetization step. Out of 3,000, just 10% left. I still can't believe that the alternative to it is you either have to get 3,000 watch hours, or I think it's 3 million views on your shorts. 3 million. Yes. Another good alternative of that is whenever I'm in first place, I'm always on the losing team. Whenever I'm winning, we're losing. He's gonna go smack that one, ain't he? Yep, there it goes. Wait a minute. Did he hit 2? Oh, no, he didn't. Have your 6 accounts watching shorts, yep. Yeah, whenever I'm on the winning team, I seem to get, like, 13th place. That's a lot of rounds for a Sherman, but I guess it is the jumbo version. Can fit so many more rounds in this thing. Are they seriously just hitting all of them? Like, come on, I want to drop my bombs at least on one. Uh-oh. Oh, damn it. Somebody, please. Somebody help. I'd very much appreciate the help right now. Oh, no. Stay low, go fast. I feel like staying low to the ground is at least going to screw with his perception. No, God damn it, man. What are you doing? Just, you let me have one. Wait a minute, did he crash? Did he crash? He's gone. Is he gone? He's gone. I don't know what happened. Hey, I got one. I can hit this one. Maybe. Oh. Okay, good. Still going okay. Oh, I see. Rounds like matches. Game rounds. Alright, I know that's not enough to destroy it, but it did some decent damage. Get a couple points from it. Do I agree? F-22, absolutely. F-18, are we talking about the carrier one? Like, the modern one, not some other thing? Ooh. Give me 1 second. Cause F-18 feels a bit more workhorse to me. Sukhoi 27, definitely. F9, F8 is just so much fun. I like the flying wing shape as well that it kind of brings. The B2 is one that I would say very nice. Double Mustang. Well, you know, why go with Mustang? Why go with one Mustang when you can have two? Double Mustang. Man, I gotta be close to having that researched. I just tried to click that like 3 times and missed each time. Yep, she's been a long day. Round in what? The Double Mustang. Oh, the F117 is definitely a favorite. I gotta say, I like the hard geometric look. Personally, I feel it's one of the reasons that the F-22 looks as good as it does, is because it's a great mix of the two. It has some of that edge to it with the round. The Aardvark is the 111, I believe. Yeah, we were going to do the F-86 matches first. And then we'll do one double Mustang. Okay? It's this one, right? Yep, the twin Mustang. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and just put it in the slot so I remember better. Alright, let's do a couple of these. What's it set to research? Good enough. Blackbird? Nighthawk. Yes. Blackbird's the SR-71. Is that the one? Blackbird? They're all named after birds. How would I ever do that? I screw up the names all the time. You're in good company, don't worry. We can all screw up the names together. I think so. I'm not sure. Because we start talking that stuff, I gotta bring up F-16 in that list that you originally had. I would be replacing the F-18 with F-16. Yes, yes. F-22 has all the right curves and all the right edges. It's a shame we didn't buy more of them, but I understand. And it's just sad. That's all. How many are there right now? It's not a lot. It's something like 70 or 100 something compared to like the F-16 fleet would. I think there's like 7,000 worldwide. Fleet. Well, I guess if we're talking about it as like a build group, that sort of thing, instead of as a functional unit, then we'd use different wordage for it. Wordage? Verbiage? Wordage. I'm gonna use wordage. I'm wording hard today. F4 Phantom goes hard. You know, I've definitely seen that the Phantom has its fans. And I understand why, but it's definitely not one of my aircraft. But I can see why people appreciate it so much. Especially once I got mine maxed out. And I guess I am going to get to experience the two of them soon. The early model and a later model. But I only had experienced the J model before. So that'll be exciting to see. Maybe it'll help me better and fully grasp why it has such a huge fan base. I think I understand why from the J and how I used it, but with the competition I had, it's just oof. You love the look.
Destroy the target.
Let's see, the Phantom is that's a Korea War era plane that ended up seeing a lot of use in Vietnam, isn't it? I can't remember when that one was. I'm trying to remember the what was happening around it. It's one of the strangest things. I learned so much of history and other things through the lens of technology. And where was the tech at that time? Why were things of that way? How did what was available drive that becoming a thing? Vietnam. Okay. I imagine if it had seen any of Korea, it would have been... Okay, so it would have been experimental back then. And it only was used in... It probably wasn't even being developed then. I'm talking nonsense. It's not one I know a lot about because... In terms of that era of vehicles, well, my grandfather worked on the Voodoos, so I only ever really heard about that one. And it's a shame that one isn't in the game. Because I would really like to get a feel for the one that he worked on. I think that would be nice. Yes, thank you for adding the era for planes on that. I feel like that's a little bit needed. Yeah, I knew that one wasn't going in my favor. The numbers of them. You know what I think is kind of one fun thing about the early Cold War planes is that you get some of the early advantages of jet engines, but you're still limited to dogfighting with bullets. Oh no, my gun jammed. That's what happened. He worked on the 101 Voodoos. In terms of, he was a jet engine mechanic. He did not design them. The Cessna, that was most effective cast. That just reminds me of that, when was it? World War I, World War II, where the guy just strapped a bunch of bazookas to his biplane and used it as a makeshift cast. That's what you're in school for? Jet engine mechanic? Nice. Very nice. Oh, nice. Very nice. Alright. One more down. We still got to do one more match with this. I think. Right? I think so. Bazooka Charlie. Yep, the F-101 Voodoo. It's got a design that reminds me a lot of the F9, F8 Cougar, if I remember correctly. I haven't looked at one in a bit, so give me a second. Yeah, it's got a little bit of that, but the cockpit is a bit more further ahead. Airframe maintenance as well. Are you getting to learn any of the electrical and computer subsystems at all? Or sensor systems? You know what? I'm actually not sure how those are broken out now. I feel like I would break them out as logic system, electrical system as separate entities, but I'm not sure if they do. They might logically, but then they might run it in the same harness for the wiring. That'd be a pain to work on. Oh, very cool. He started working in the labs for Voodoo. But he mainly worked on the ground tracking radar for the F4C. Give me a second to figure out if that R was intentional. It might be. It might be a radar model, like a recon model. Is that what it is? RF4C? Alright, yep, one match in the Twin Mustang. And then start playing that F100 and see how that is. Yeah, the closest I've ever been to working on planes was I did some IT work for a manufacturing facility for airplane parts. Oh, wait. Before I go anyway, I gotta make sure I check the inside. Because this is a later model. I'm wondering how much they changed. I can't tell because I don't actually remember what the other one looked like. But you know what? These are different, I think. I think this is different. And I think this one's different. This one's not as much, I don't think. I think this is a little different. That handle feels different. I'm probably wrong on all of this. I'm going to go back and check, and I'm going to be wrong on all of it. They'll be like, nope, nothing was changed. The only thing changed was that probe is 3 centimeters longer. That's avionics. There are two main categories, avionics and then airframe power plant. Yeah, having to learn basic electronics. Oh, that's like when I was in college. All of the mechanical engineers were required to take a programming class because that's the reality now, is you need to know how to program if you plan to be in engineering. It's just that some people do a lot more programming and deeper programming than you might need to use. You just need to learn enough to be able to talk to a computer and tell it what you want done. No, he's got too much energy. I don't want to deal with him. Actually, it looks like he might be... Head back up. Nah, I'm gonna pick a fight with these guys. I don't know where that missile was going. I jammed. It already jammed. This weapon is straight full of jam. Yeah, I remember the intro programming classes were mostly in Python. See, I actually knew a bit of Python before I went in. I'm just gonna make this guy think I have rounds and get him to scatter. Maybe I'll just try and hit him. But yeah, I took I believe 2 semesters or 3 semesters of C++. Oh, actually, I took C first because I had to learn actual C first. I'm just playing with him at this point. Hi, guys. He worked on Labs, the earliest bomb computer. That's pretty cool. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? What? What are you doing? Hey, get back here. I want to play tag. I'm gonna touch you. I'm gonna tag you. Oh, almost too low. This is fun. This is funny. This is a good laugh. I enjoyed this. I didn't get a kill, but you know what? I had a good time. Isn't that what matters? Alright. LABS stands for Low Altitude Bombing System. LAABS stands for Launch Angle of Atomic Bomb System. He worked on LABS, the early bomb computer. And this was your grandfather, you said? Yeah, I figured as much. Alright, Twin Mustang. Let's take this thing out. First spin. See how it goes. Alright, I just jumped up to researching that. I can't imagine I'm going to do very well with this thing, considering it has no mods on it. In case they say labs, they might mean either. Well, whoa, wait a minute. This thing starts in the air? Okay, nice. I was just thinking, well, I guess the difference would be whether or not they say it labs or they say it like labs. So if I pick cockpit view, which cockpit am I in? Left side. Haha.
Attention to the map.
Hey, what you doing over there? Can you hear me? You look like a goof. A friendly goof, but a goof. Yeah, this would definitely be a ride. I imagine there's probably like a communication wire or something that runs through here to the other one. Because that would be my biggest fear, is just losing communication with them. Although I suppose if nothing else happens and you lost this centerpiece, maybe you could both fly? I don't know if it's set up for that. How much is actually in there? It looked like a bunch of guns. Oh, it won't let me go into that view in that mode. Yeah, it's just a bunch of guns. And a... looks like maybe just framing. Fuel tanks are on the inside and outer wings, and there's a lack of stuff on the inside wing. Maybe. In cockpit, hit C and look back down. Where am I looking? Diluter pressure, circuit breakers, cockpit air volume. Oh, the blinker. Where is the comms actually? Comms? Comms? Ah, there, voice. On. Actually it's turned off. I think.
The enemy is winning.
I don't want to hear you. Oh, true. I probably should do a test drive of the F-100 first before I use it in a match. I'm just gonna let him go. I don't feel like dealing with that one. That one would be my death. Oh, who am I kidding? They're all gonna be my death. But look at your in-game neck. Can I? I don't have a body. He's just staring up. Nope, I'm just gonna go into a dive and go after this one. Maybe this one. Sure, why not? Let's do this one. Aw, damn, missed him. Very close. Oh, look back in the F-100. I think that's one thing that I definitely wasn't used to. I feel like having an offset cockpit like that screws with my ability to dodge something like that. But I think I got one. Nope. I didn't. The game said, nah, we ain't giving you that. That was awful. Alright, F-100, let's do a test flight. Take a look at it. I can take AIM-9Bs. Ooh. Alright, let's take a quick look here at stuff. Oh, you know what? I'm really digging this vibe. I'm not gonna lie, I'm digging this. Something about this. What is up here? Why is this? Something here is hitting me just right, and I don't know why. I don't know, I think I might like this one. Catfish. Little suckerfish. He's coming to clean the algae off your glass. Turn on pilot in cockpit option. Alright, give me a second until I'm in the air. Yeah, I usually play with it off. I've heard people that play with VR turn it back on because it feels weird to them to not have a body. I don't know, I feel like I'd feel weirder about having a body. Well, yeah, it's like everybody's a doll then. That works. Where is it under? Is it under graphics? Nope. Not there. What am I looking for? Other? Nope. Alright, somebody's gonna have to tell me where it is. Oh, there it is. Oh, I can only do it out of thing, apparently. I'm guessing. Oh, yes. Stop. Come on. We gotta do the thing. Do the thing. There it is. Nope, that's not it. That's not the right one. What? Why is it grayed out for me? Does anybody happen to know why? I guess I don't get a pilot. You know what? I like that. I'm cool with that. I'd prefer to be like a floating computer head anyway. Screw that whole body stuff. Just give me like an energy orb being. I'm cool with that. And I can just float around, do my own thing, and say, I ain't gonna give a damn about your shit. Oh, I think Anderson, I think I misread it because I have a thing in my way. That's really just individual, from what I've seen. Some people don't. Some people do. It depends on how they feel they need to be to feel who they feel they are. And that's it. Personally, I'd rather be a robot. Not gonna lie, I would much rather, like, be able to take out a part and fix it on myself instead of having to go to a doctor and deal with an organic body. You know, as the Mechanicum states, I crave the cold, hard certainty of steel. Also, like, just being able to inject my mind into an aircraft would be fantastic. I'd much rather just fly around as an aircraft. Oh, I think we'll see it before that. Like, it's already starting to happen. We'll see great strides happen in the 2030s. So, what am I supposed to use this thing for? What kind of plane is this? Is it a fighter? Is it a heavy fighter? Well, I suppose it is a heavy fighter. I like the arrows on the nose. I don't know, for some reason that's just extra funny to me. Pretty good. Like, I don't think we're gonna reach any point where we can do full mind upload for a while. I don't think that's gonna be a thing. Realistically, I'm not sure it's ever gonna be a thing. I think all it would do is create a clone of you, and you die. The only way you're gonna get an actual body is if you basically ship of Theseus it, and slowly replace your parts over time, until eventually all of them are replaced. Yes, Cyberpunk 2077. I know, I've been playing it recently. I've always been a big fan of the any game that takes place with that era. That vibe, that general thing. The Deus Ex series, a big favorite of mine. I have no countermeasures. Nope, I sure don't. I was just kind of wanting to play a little bit first to see how much I might have to, like, censor and things, because it is definitely probably not what I'm looking for on my channel a bit at times. So it might be one of those ones I have to record footage of beforehand. But so far, I'm having a ton of fun with it. And some of the ideas put forth, just give me so much to think on. I can't see. I'm in danger. Just hit one of them, please. Nice. That works. Well, you gotta say, Cyberpunk games tend to do that. Kind of, you know, with the influences they have, stuff like Blade Runner, other things of that nature, kind of all being based in capitalism and the decay of capitalism in the first place. It's always been like that. All right, well, I managed to get one with my first outing in it. That's nice. Let's see. Well, I feel like that's probably something I want to go for pretty quick. Although bombs, too, would be a great thing to have. Which game? War Thunder or Cyberpunk? Cyberpunk. Yeah. I think one of my favorite things, though, when I played The Witcher 3 was how they handled the difficulty settings. Because most games, when it comes to difficulty settings, I just tend to play on whatever the developers made it on. Because anything outside of that is usually kind of garbage. I have some Elden Ring videos up on my channel. I'm not very far. But that is probably one I can revisit very soon. But The Witcher 3's difficulty settings, the thing that I liked about theirs was, as the difficulty increased, it didn't really just change your health. It changed how you had to prepare for battle. Like, Playing on easy, you run right in with your sword, you just smack them over and over again, battle over, move on. On normal, sometimes you gotta do a little research on what you're gonna fight against next, maybe learn what it might be weak against, if it's advantageous to you a little bit. Once you get on hard though, it starts becoming important to know what sign should I be using? What potion might I want? What is it weak to? What can I use to my advantage? What time of day should I attack? And you have to consider these things, and that's what difficulty should be about. Like, it is such a perfect example of how to do difficulty in a video game. And so many get it wrong. Like, all I've wanted in difficulty from games is to make my enemy smarter. Not to just give them ridiculous advantages. You beat The Witcher 3 4 times, and 2 of them was on the hardest difficulty. Wow. I haven't even beaten it once. I think I've got like 30 to 40 hours in it. And I didn't play on the hardest difficulty, but I think I played on the one right below it. Or unless there's one you unlock, I played on hard, not very hard. Nice. That is a good computer number. That's what I can say to that. Good computer number. I don't know. That's too far away. Nice. I love it when I find a game that I thoroughly enjoy. It's like a rare thing sometimes. Oh, this was a poor idea. Oh, come on, pull out of it. Oh, 11 G's. Let's do it, buddy. Oh, rock them 11. You ain't dead yet. Yep, that's him, I think. No. Alright, turny boy, I know you ain't got the energy to fight for long, though. So keep it up. Burn it off. Let's see what happens. That's what I thought. There might be a way without Steam to see your playtime. Nice. 1900 hours in War Thunder. Very nice. I think I'm almost about to roll 800 myself. I haven't hit 1,000. The next highest game on my Steam list is Satisfactory at about 450 hours. You know what? This thing has some good oomph to it. I like this. This is going to be a nice aircraft once I get it some upgrades. This is going to be a very nice aircraft. I already like it. Nice. That was a good one. Are they just trying to chase him? Alright, I'll come help. Because apparently an A10 is trying to chase him. I mean, there's an F5 after him. No, this is a waste of time. I can already tell. He's getting too much energy. Nope. I am? Oh, very nice. Sweet. This is going well. I don't even have any upgrades on this. I guess no one else does either. Minecraft, if I could sum up all the hours I've played, is probably the game I've played the most of. I easily have a few thousand hours in that. I think one mod pack that I've played recently, I've got a solid 30 days worth of hours in. And that's for one mod pack. I didn't even use my missiles. Oh, he's coming back. He's coming back. I'm gonna run out of fuel. I better stop burning it like that.
Keep it up. The victory will be ours.
Alright, let's see what happens here. Oh! From behind! What a hit! I didn't even see him. Very good. He got the drop on me. I got too overconfident. I thought I was alone, only paying attention to that one target. Pop, got me from behind. Eventually, I might learn from it, but we'll see what happens. I do have a learning disorder, so I gotta do it a few times. It's the funny thing about ADHD, you're so much more willing to try new things, but it takes you longer to learn them. For me, sometimes it just depends on the thing and how well I latch into it. If I can get a good hyperfocus going, the amount of information my brain can consume is ridiculous. When you get one of those moments where you've put 16 hours into a project and you're just like, oh yeah, and then you crash after and just like, I don't want to see that thing ever again. I'm always curious what's going to happen with these ones. Are they going to crash? Are they going to make it? Sometimes it feels a gamble. One or the other. This looks like it has a nose cone radar. Is that for ballistics within short range? Yeah, I think my two highest games on Steam, at least, after War Thunder, are Satisfactory and I think Factorio. If that tells you anything about the kind of games I play outside of War Thunder. I love me some logic and automation. You know what? Somebody should make a flight sim game, like a combat sim game, where it starts you out with the entire plane, and the computer is linked to everything, but nothing is programmed. And so your plane's behavior becomes entirely dependent on how you program it, and how well you program it. I think that could be interesting. Nice. 150 hours, that for me would be 150 days. That's a long time. Yeah, Satisfactory is a good game. It's definitely one of them ones that scratches a ton of the right itches for me, just so well. Factorio is great for more I'm in a programmy, computer sciencey mood, but Satisfactory is so much better at the industrial feel. Like, it just feels so much better. BeamNG Drive, I keep looking at that game and considering getting it, but I never really know if I want it. Oh, come on, come on. Well, he got away from me. Come on. Come on. He's right there. Alright, got him. Hey there, welcome. How have you been? Ooh, that was close. You got him, friend? Come on, get him. Oh, yes. Yeah, there you go. Good job. Good job, Alphonse. You're not too late. I was an hour late anyway, so don't worry too much about it. When even the host is late, nobody's late. But I wasn't late. I arrived exactly when I meant to. Ooh. Ah. Hello there.
The enemy's getting closer to victory.
Well, you can see this one wants to play some silly games. Alice. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna get a chance on that. 5. Nope. A big car enthusiast. You know, I feel like if I did work on a sim setup, I would probably play a lot more car stuff. And one thing I did do was I ended up playing Car Mechanic Simulator, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a very good game, and actually helped me understand a lot more about vehicles. I'd done a lot of auto body stuff before, and had some experience with that, but I'd never learned anything mechanical. All I ever learned was like painting and that stuff. Decals, that sort of thing. So being able to learn the mechanical side was a lot of fun. A tank mechanic sim. I do have it. Oh, I think he's gonna get it first. Actually, he's gonna overshoot it, I think. Got it. Yeah, this is a good plane. But yeah, I think I'd love building like a car sim setup. Just general sims and just in general. I want to build interfaces. I want to just work on the buttons, all that stuff. I think it's so much fun. It's always been a favorite part of computers for me is interface design. Not necessarily in terms of the user interface like the UI, but the human input device, the human-machine interface, has always been a big interest of mine. In college, actually, one of my projects was working on a myoelectric sensor for detecting muscle movement so that you could use it for actuating systems, moving buttons, things like that. Basically, you put a bunch of wires on your arm, and then as you moved your arm in certain motions, it would pick up the muscle signal, and you could interpret those muscle signals to make different things happen. I saw a really interesting development on the idea where somebody linked the motion of their wrist and arms to the flight direction of a drone so that they could give it hand signals and it would move in that direction. Uh-oh. Whoop, there we go, flame out. I'm sputtering. We ain't gonna make it. Well, actually, we might make it. We might make it. All right. There's the runway. Let's see. I gotta time this well. I have no fuel to fix it with. Oh, looks like I'm not gonna have to worry about it anyway. Well, that's a shame. I wanted to land it. I thought it was gonna be fun too. Oh. Oh well. I got another trophy. Nice. Well, that sounds fun. You're in a truck driving class. And you took 1 year of auto body and collision repair. Oh, very interesting. Oh, really? What do you like about the EU trucks? I'm curious. I don't really know anything about the differences. In the US, we have CDL licenses and classes. Yep. Some jobs, they will actually pay to train you for, depending on what it is. They will train you and you get your license. Usually there's a stipulation that you have to work with them for a certain amount of time. One method of doing that I know of is working for like municipal buses. Because a lot of those might need a commercial driver's license, and so they will pay for your license. You work for them for a bit under contract, and then you can get out and go work something else. Cab overs. Now, is that like a bed above the seating? I have Euro Truck Sim and the American one. I don't have a ton of time in them, but I felt like they would be good stream games to bring up at some point. Gee, I'm not really sure what to get here. I honestly kind of just want to finish out this line because, well, except maybe that. But this and this I need for everything in these lines. The compressor is more useful than the airframe of the boosters. It is currently 10:54 p.m. where I am. Oh, it's a cab on an engine. Okay, okay, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Yes. Just a different design. a lot of the like makes me think immediately of like small Japanese trucks and how they design them. I love those little trucks that they have. I think those things are awesome. Like nothing better than a person that understands the size of the vehicle they actually need. It's a good thing. I don't want to do another match of this. This is a good plane. I like this plane. This plane's got good vibes. But I think this is likely to be the last one. See, I like the Tacoma. Not am I thinking of Tacoma? Which one am I thinking of? I looked at some recently, but I'm much more of a fan of the smaller trucks in general. Just because of, one, it's easier to move around. It's easier to park with. It's more mobile in general. And realistically, the amount of space I actually need is going to be much better suited to that in the first place. Yes, we do call pickups trucks instead of a general car. Yes. If it has a bed on it, we call it a truck, basically. I think some of it could be related to things like the flatbed truck, stuff like that. Because those don't really look that different from what a truck looks like, except it has side skirts. And it kind of looks like a shrunk down version of that. So I could see where people would just pick up calling it that at some point. I couldn't tell you myself. I don't drive a truck. I don't have a need for one. Why in U.S.? Because it's the U.S. That's the best answer I can give you there. Yep, there are SUVs and pickups. Well, here's a question. What do you consider a Subaru Forester? Because that's what I have currently. And personally, it feels like just enough vehicle for me. I don't really need much more vehicle than that. Oh no, I lost control. Don't do that. Come on, get it back. It's not going well. That's the bad guy, though. Hold on. Aim it. Fire it. There we go. Off it goes. Let's hope for the best. Oh, yes. That kind of... that's the same reason as to why they're getting bigger, too. God damn it, you're right. That's the reason the trucks and vehicles here are getting bigger as well. Because it's a way of getting around the regulations. Because they can call it under something different. That's all it is. It's so stupid. Forester, you consider SUV. See, here it's kind of considered on the bare minimum of being considered that. SUV size feels like twice the size to 3 times the size. And it's just... I honestly can't think of many people that actually need a vehicle like that. Feels silly. Especially with how much they cost now. Like, oh my god, looking at new vehicles and then the insurance on top of it. But you know things are messed up when the loan options for vehicles used to be 3 to 5 years. Nowadays, the loan options for vehicles are 5 to 10 years. Don't pay on a vehicle for 10 years. If you can't pay it off in 3, don't do it. Because they are way too expensive for what they are, and there are way too many issues with them nowadays. Yeah, I believe that about the Audi. Absolutely, buy a used vehicle. I think the biggest problem I have right now in trying to keep a vehicle is the issue of maintenance. Like, I moved to the city from the rurals, and it used to be like, I can just drive it into the garage, throw it up on a lift, and work on my vehicle if I want to. Out here, nope. Ain't no option to do that. And it makes it harder, for me personally, to keep it in decent shape. Because I would much rather just take care of it myself. I'm just gonna do another one. Today's my Friday now. I'm doing another one. Screw it. Five a.m. for you. It really does. It's a huge pain. It's why I wish there was more push for things like community spaces for things like that. Even if it was just for access to basics, like an empty place to work on something. That's it. Not even tools, not even anything like that, but just like a spot reserved for it. Because I know in some areas that have more advanced communities for it, you get things like community workshops, community forges, things like this, where people pool their resources together so that they can have a more extensive amount of equipment. And typically these people have known each other and worked with each other for enough time that they've developed a way of handling all of this together. Because it's definitely not something that you can find a plan book for. And that's the hardest part about building something like that, is it's got to be dependent on the community you're in. People are going to be a little different. The way that you have to go about doing it is going to be a little different. But I love the idea of having like a community garage, things like that, because you'd also have people around that would be very knowledgeable about those subjects. I know, there's a lot more that could be done. But I support people helping each other for no reason. I think it's an awesome thing. For no other reason than screw the system. I'm gonna help you myself. What is this thing? Is that a refueling probe? Can I show? maybe? It's got a cap on it. I don't really see a hole for fuel to go in. Unless they just didn't model it. And it might be something else. Is there a fuel tank there? It looks like there's a fuel tank there. Yep, that sure looks like a fuel tank. I'm gonna assume fuel tank. Oh, enemies. I'm just hoping we find a better battery tech soon, and we can just move on to electric stuff. Because for a lot of things, it really is the superior option. And for a lot of things. For some things, it's definitely not. Got it. Yes. Oh, J35. That's fun. Off you go. Oh, he's a dodging. Uh-oh. Come on, pull up, pull up. In terms of efficiency for what you're trying to do, electric can absolutely be the superior option. It all depends on what you're trying to do. Think like submarines. Submarines went to electric. Swedish submarines, electric. And they are phenomenal. No, we are definitely not at the point yet to go full electric. Not even close. Aww. Yeah, electric. Did they go nuclear? I thought the one that they used against, because there was a war game scenario that they did with the US, and the Swedish were able to sneak a submarine next to it, because it had an electric engine. Oh yeah, I've heard that from quite a few people that love the smell of gasoline. Apparently it's a genetic thing. Like you're genetically predisposed whether or not you like it. But like one of the things that I love about electric is it can't be controlled by something. Gasoline is controlled by the petroleum industry and petroleum products, because unless you have that, and unless you have the refining systems, unless you have all of this capability, you have to rely on them. It's like OPEC. It's like these sort of these countries that control this trade because of our reliance on it. Electric, on the other hand, can be done literally anywhere. You know, I can be out in the middle of the woods with a couple of solar panels and eventually charge something. So it's like, personally, from a decentralization standpoint, if you want to form a good, robust, decentralized system, electric is the way to go. If you want to be able to cause things to break away from this necessariness of having an entire refinery system, the oil industry behind it, electric is expensive now, but it will come down in price, I fully believe, because solar panels are ridiculous and they're only getting better. And with people trying to explore other methods of using them, like the recent one that copies that Helios thing from Fallout New Vegas, who knows what we could do. You can, but I'd be worried about how much it gives you away. I feel like that smell is going to be around. Or like the fumes, the smoke, anything you might produce from it. You know, even from a military perspective, when you can, electric can be the way to go just because of how it reduces your noise. Reduces your thermals. You know, a tank running electric engines isn't going to produce as much heat. It still produces heat. Batteries generate heat. I mean, yes, I 100% agree on that. Nuclear power is the thing that we should have. 100%. I actually did a paper and project in college on it where I talked about how we should be pushing ahead with uranium and nuclear power. And one of the examples I gave was that the amount of fallout, radioactive material that is deposited into the air from coal operations is so significantly higher than all of the uranium that has ever gone into the atmosphere. Like in 1 year, the amount of radioactive material that gets thrown up by the burning coal and that sort of industry eclipses what we have ever made from nuclear power. Like, nuclear is just the way to go. You use nuclear for your bulk, and then you fill out everything else with renewable energy. Anything else is a waste of time. Yes. When Abrams? Well, that'll probably be when I get the Abrams. I don't have one yet. I only have XM1. Yeah, go ahead, post a link. You can post it in the Discord too if you want. I haven't got a chance to check the Discord in a bit, but I will get a chance tomorrow too, for sure. This one's gonna be the last match, I swear. We'll see what happens. I gotta call it at some point. But yeah, basically, go nuclear power, use renewables for filling out the gaps, and then use all of that energy towards research for better systems such as thorium, such as fusion. There are better solutions. Yeah, I've watched a video in the past on a molten salt reactor that was being looked at as well. Because apparently salt can hold its temperature incredibly well, and so heating it up allows you to have a heat source that lasts longer than you would expect from something like nuclear, where the heat source is generated by itself. I think the way it was with the molten salt reactor was you had to inject heat into it, but it held on to the heat considerably longer than it was thought it would. Whereas nuclear, just because of the process of fission, generates its own heat. Also, the most hilarious part of all of it, and I just love reminding people of it, is just nuclear power is just fancy steam engine. That's all. It's just fancy green steam engine. He dodged it. This guy's coming on my left. Alright, missed him. We're going full circle back to the steam age. on, fly true. That's gonna get him. Not quite. That's okay. I understand completely. It's just an ADHD thing. That whole, I gotta post a ton of them all at once. Or, it's like single thoughts and how many texts that you send. I understand. Don't worry. I get it. Especially when I get going and my thoughts are jumping between thought to thought, each thought will end up its own chat message. It's almost like each sentence, usually. Or thought might be a better way of thinking of it. Because then I get interrupted, new thought. So, new chat message, of course. Why would I put it in the other one? It's not about it. Oh, no, don't shoot me like that. I got a leak. There's a leak in my plane. Uh-oh. It's struggling. Uh-oh. Can I see him in the mirror yet? Somebody get behind my mirror. I want to see somebody in it. Where are they? I see nobody. Whoa. This would be better with, like, an actual... Oh, no, I've been hit. Also, I can't tell the damage as easily inside the cockpit. That's interesting. This is something I wasn't really aware of before. I don't often play in the cockpit. I wasn't looking at the mirror. I tried to look at the mirror. Yes, that is definitely a problem. I've seen versions, though, that have been researched to help alleviate those things. And we also have components like RTGs that could be looked into. But there's still issues, as you say. Realistically, I say we work towards a Dyson sphere and just toss a ton of solar panels up into space and microwave beam the power back to Earth. I'm gonna at least get this. I think that speed boost will help a little bit. Alright, let's change my secondaries. Actually, I can make one now. And some bombs. Alright. Oh, there, that'll be good. They look so tiny on these wings. Look at these. They look so small. Out of place. Very big wings. What are the other size bombs I got? Up to 750s by the looks of it. Nope, 1,000 pounds. Yeah, the thorium one is definitely an interesting one. I've been following development on a good amount of them. It's just waiting for that next breakthrough to happen. And fusion just always feels like it's around the corner. Any day now. Hasn't happened yet. It's been 50 years. So, we'll see. It's worth researching. It is. It's just hard researching when you haven't seen anything from it in a while. But that's sometimes just how research is. You don't get a payoff for a long time. I mean, I think about the guy that discovered the Higgs boson, or his team in discovering the Higgs boson. He could have been wrong. He could have spent 40 years of his life researching something that was completely wrong, writing papers about something that was completely wrong. But at the end, it's not a waste, because he does help show what was wrong. And there might be something that can be learned from it, because there are still observations in there that occurred. You never know. But that's going to be everything for tonight. And, oh, big fusion breakthrough. They got some energy output for a bit. Oh, I wish them the best of luck on it. I really hope somebody figures it out. I did see an interesting thing the other day, though, of, before we end, of somebody that had developed a method of using plasma as a logic system. And I think the intent there is to, say in those, the tokamak generator or similar generators that make use of magnetically controlled plasma, that, well, you have a good night. I will here in a moment. But that using that magnetically controlled plasma, that you can utilize a logic system to it, and that might help push fusion to where it needs to be. Maybe the issue has been we've been trying to control the plasma process with outside forces, when what we need to be doing is developing a logic system that works in those plasma forces. Maybe that will help us finally get there. Who knows? But until tomorrow, when we do another day of air, and I have the day off, so there might be something during the day as well. I might work on other channel stuff, but expect something tomorrow. So until next time, everyone, take care, goodbye, and good night.